What's up guys, me Mo here, and I bet you haven't seen me in a while. You probably didn't even know the face that goes to this channel because I changed my picture to me as a bread person. But anyway, I am here and I am coming to, well, you've read the title. You want to see me make a Golden Kamuy OC that looks pretty much like me. So I'll show you how I'm doing it. First, I want to focus, I've been trying to find female references. I'm not that far into the anime. I think I'm like halfway through, maybe. Considering what my friend who has introduced me into Golden Kamuy told me, but I'm not quite sure. And I don't think there are going to be any more promising female references to go by. So what I'm going to go is I'm going to do a mix and match of Inkarmat, and Ienega. I think that's her name. I'm going off my brain. I really don't use their names very often. So I'm going between those two and kind of mixing and matching the parts that kind of look like me. And then also going in and customizing them. And I'll show you how to do that in this video. I think I'll do a little bit of narration, but I think it should be straightforward if you just watch what I'm doing. So hope you enjoy. Alright, first we're going to start off by getting a base. And we're going to Magic Poser, this wonderful app on Android that I use. So basically I'm going to find a model that best fits the style and gender of the character I'm going to make. And I'm going to find her a good pose that I basically want to draw. And then I'm going to change her colors of her skin. Oh, you could also choose hairstyle, but I don't have that hairstyle, so none of them help me. So I change her skin color because it's fun. And then basically that's our base. I'm going to use that. I'm going to import it into my app that I draw with. I'm going to reduce the opacity just so it's easier to draw on top of and layer other things. Like here you see I am layering my two references on top, trying to make both of their faces kind of fit the model's face as best as possible. I tried to get rid of some of the useless details on each of the characters that I'm not going to use, and I was going to erase the eyes, but then I was like, I like both of the eyes. They have different things about them that I like, so I was going to try and blend them in a way. So basically I like Inkarmat's like top eye shape and like Ienega's lower eye shape. So that's basically what I tried to convey. And I also got rid of the model base's extra features because they were getting on my nerves, as well as Inkarmat's like hair and hat and stuff. So basically, I just kind of try to color code them to make it a little easier to tell which is which. It really doesn't help when they're layered on top of each other. So yeah, basically, I just had to even them out and then like kind of just go off of the shape and yeah, basically make my own. Once you have everything lined up and you know what you want from each of the layers, it kind of gets easier. At first, it's a little chaotic. So basically, I get all the features that I want, and I just kind of customize them to like certain shapes that I want. Like the eyebrows, both of them have very similar eyebrows. I'm just gonna assume that was the way the style is. So I'm just gonna put them in the shape that or like the way that I want them to be. And yeah, then I went on to the ears, and then since she had earrings, I have two earring holes. So I'm like, yeah, I guess I'll have earrings because I like the idea of adding more details. The more detail you add, the better an artwork works. And then I use the actual base's face as a guide because the artist isn't too particular about the shape of the faces, so it's easy to just use the bases thing. And then there is a thing where their necks are a bit wider, so basically I readjusted the model. And then I'm just going in with the clothes. I'm basically going to wear like a basic kimono because this is back in the style of just like Edo Japan almost. Maybe not Edo, but like whenever the Russian war was. I don't know Japanese history, unfortunately. I have to watch more documentaries and read more books or something. But, you know, not today because I'm drawing. And so basically I do the kimono. Now we are getting into coloring. So right now you see me just putting first you saw me put like a big old block of color. That just makes it easier for me to customize everything. And then I go in and basically do the shading in the style that they do, but basically referring back to my references. I forgot to do the rest of the ear apparently, so I went and finished that up. And also I added some lip color just to give my lips some shape because I did like the idea that Ienega and Inkarmat had lipstick on because it's not something you see too often. in anime, so I took advantage of that in a nice kind of neutralish color. And then I saw the inker matte actually had like more of a nose bridge shadow than I'm all backwards. One of them had a nose bridge highlight or like shadowing, and the other one didn't. So I just kind of combined the two in a way that I thought would suit me and kind of give you an idea of the way my nose is shaped, which is wide but kind of still tall. And then I just color in my hair. The coloring in the hair part is really annoying, so I skipped that. Basically, I do the shadowing on the hair. Not exactly easy to learn how he does shadowing on the hair, the artist, because he has never done it for black people, at least not as far as I've seen, because you know, there weren't really any black people in that era of Japan, I don't think. At least not ones that were prominent, like historic figures in like the Japanese-Russian war, if that was even a real thing, because sometimes they like making fake wars. And again, I had no idea anything about Japanese history, because I hate history so much. And then I went on to the eyes. So the eyes I thought was going to be much harder, so I made a whole nother layer, and then I decided, when I looked back at my references, that it wasn't that hard at all. Basically, you just make a base color, and then you make like a lining around it that's just way darker, and then you also have to add shadow. So I did add shadow to my whites. I don't know if you saw it or if I added it in yet. And then I added shadows again, and then just like the shines. It's pretty self-explanatory if you look at it. After that, all I did was color in and shade the kimono and sign it. So basically that's it. I also added a background, of course. And this is the finished product. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you maybe use these techniques to make your own cool fan art, especially if you're not the best at drawing. This can also help you hone your skills. So I hope you enjoyed, and peace out, and subscribe for more.